All right. Whose responsibility is it to ensure that a girl isn't married too young? Parents, brothers, community leaders? I think it's a bit of all three of those groups. I think it's a bit, they each have some responsibility in it. For the parents, I think when you have a child, it's part of your responsibility and your duty to ensure that you do everything you can to give your child the best life that they can possibly have, and to do everything you can for them to help them succeed. And I don't think getting married at 7 years old is probably the best thing that could ever happen for that little girl. Um, and I think as a parent, you should do everything in your power to stop that from happening, because it's just not okay for a girl that young to get married. It's just, yeah, I can't really wrap my mind around it. I also think it's part of the duty of the brothers. I think it's part of their duty in two ways. The first, they can step in and stop it from happening to their sister. So if someone is seeking to marry his little sister, then he can step in and try and prevent that, communicate to his parents that he thinks it's not okay, and do whatever he can to stop it. But also, in another sense, he can prevent the cycle from happening in the community again by not following that path. So he could choose not to marry a girl that young. I'm not really sure how popular it is, or if that's what everyone's doing. But yeah, the brother could decide not to marry a girl that young and stop the cycle, and prevent it from going around and around again. So yeah, because if he does it, then how is he different from anyone else? Because he's just marrying someone else's little sister or someone else's little girl. I also think that community leaders have a big part in it. They have certain powers and sway with people because they have a position of leadership. They can take a side and say that no, this is not okay. And oftentimes people will latch onto that because they're in a position of leadership. They can set up programs to help girls to not get put into a situation like that where they get married that young. They could make it illegal, They have a lot of sway when it comes to public opinion, and I think that they could use that for the good of these girls, because getting married at such a young age it's really not okay, and it's setting them up for a life that they can't really do much with, and that's really sad because they have so much potential. So yeah, I think it's part of all three of those groups and just society in general to help those girls, because they deserve more than that for life.